Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on September 30th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of overall market conditions, we are still seeing the risk-off environment as we had expected. Coming up on September 30th, Thursday here, we have a whole bunch of data coming out, but some of the main ones here would be Bank of Japan, Governor Kuroda speaking. So basically, we're just looking at the commentary. Any sort of concerns around economic recovery will be negative for the currency. Any time they talk about tightening the monetary policy, that would be good for Japanese yen. So we will keep an eye on that. We do have GDP numbers coming up for the quarter here. They are expected to stay the same. If the number comes in better than expected, that would be good for the US dollar. US dollar has benefited from all this risk-off environment that we have been seeing. So if the number drops, though, that could have a negative impact on the US dollar. So watch out for that. We do have Chicago PMI numbers as well. With the PMI numbers, this is a leading indicator, so we do need to pay attention to this one. Any kind of drop here will be negative for US dollar. And then we have a bunch of Fed members speaking again. So we will keep an eye on that. Let's go to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. So euro finally broke that support level there, and it went right into the target, actually went a little bit below where I was expecting it to go. So bias is still to the downside here. And the next target that we are looking at, I just need to zoom out a bit more. The next target is 1.1520. That's quite a drop there. So we'll watch out here. So we have a big inefficient move. So just zooming back in here. So if we take a look here, that this big move to the upside could get filled now. So bearish bias 1.1520 is the next target. And then finally we could see the move below that, but bearish bias overall for euro dollar. Pound dollar, quite a drop here. It was a bit more than what I had expected, but bearish bias nonetheless. In this case, the next target here, now we are into a bunch of support. Okay, so the next target for pound will be a 1.3400 and then 1.3300. So bearish bias for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar, this as well broke through the support level and now we are out of the range that price was trading in. So bias is still bearish here, looking for a move lower. Target here is 0.7120 and then 0.7100. New Zealand dollar, again, a big move to the downside, went a little bit below the target there. Bias still is bearish. And here we are looking for a bit of a pullback. Again, we could get a retest of the support level at 0.6880 and then a further drop here. And target is 0.6820 and then 0.6800. So bearish bias for New Zealand dollar as well. Dollar CAD here, this one moving higher. So we saw that follow through from the previous bullish move here. Still looks bullish. If the US dollar continues to go higher, move higher across the board, we're likely to see this one go up as well. Next target is 1.2850. All right, let's take a look at our commodities. Silver, quite a drop in silver there. Next target here is 21.30. Finally, prices moved out of the range. And now we're looking for that continuation to the downside. And this is where we have that big move to the upside. Now this one could get filled. So after first 21.30, then 20.80. So bearish bias here for silver as well. And gold also dropped, not quite as much, but Still a reasonable drop here, looking bearish, and next target is 1717, so bearish bias, and below that we're looking at 1707 for gold. Oil is holding its own right now, neutral candle close. It did bounce off of the support level, so resistance turning into support here. So now at this point, this could go in either direction. If it drops through here, then we would be looking for continuation. Otherwise, this could become a range bound here. So we may just see a sideways move. So we'll keep an eye on this, but today's candle close is completely neutral, so it could go in either direction. Copper here, copper dropping as well. And next target here is 4.08. So bearish bias for copper as well. Bitcoin struggling a bit, just like everything else. Still trading in a range here. And next target here is 40,000. This is where if it doesn't go through, we could still be range bound here. But once price crosses over, we're looking at 37,500. So bearish bias here for Bitcoin as well. All right, let's take a look at our stock market. Stock market didn't do much. S&P 500, just neutral here. In this case, we may get a bit of a pullback here towards 4,400. And then if it holds below, we're looking for continuation here. 4,303 is the target. So neutral to neutral bias, I would say for now. If it goes through 4,400, then we're looking for a move back higher. But for now, bias is neutral, and this could do a retest of the resistance here and then drop from there. So basically the move that we may see would be a retest of 43.85 or 4,400, and then a drop towards 4,300. So neutral to bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this one did a nice back test, and we saw a drop after that. Now we do have a bearish candle close, but we have to be careful here. We did have big drop here, so buying may come into the market. We'll have to keep an eye here. Bias is bearish though. 14,700 and then 14,500 are the next two targets. Dow Jones here. Dow Jones trying to move higher. It is into resistance at the moment. As we can see, this is a nice support resistance level. So I'm looking for a retest of the 34,600 level. If it holds below this level, we're looking for a drop. Otherwise, we are back into the higher levels here. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Bias right now is neutral, and we could get a push all the way into the resistance. So we'll keep an eye on neutral bias for now. DAX here, DAX also looking neutral. It didn't do a whole lot today. It's holding below this previous support resistance level. So I'm looking for a retest of 15,400, 15,420. And if it holds below, so we're looking for a drop then. So bias here is neutral. And as long as it holds below 15,420, we'll be looking for a drop. FTSE here, FTSE did go back up here, still range bound though. So in this case, we get, I'm looking for a retest of the high and then basically looking for a range bound here. So bias is neutral, expecting a move between 71.20 and 70.10. So neutral bias here for FTSE. Nikkei here, Nikkei has bounced up a little. Price dropped initially, but couldn't maintain the drop here, couldn't maintain the bearishness. We have a big support resistance level here. So resistance turning into support, price bounced off of that level. And now we'll have to see if it holds up or not. So right now, bias is neutral. We need to wait and see how this all lines up. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.